So I've been looking into planning my trip to Europe, and there are just so many places that I want to go and see. And so I was like, why don't I do a video on the top 10 places to visit in Europe? This guy's name is Ryan Shirley, and he's got 10 places that he recommends that I check out. You guys let me know if these are legit places or not. I already have a couple of different cities and countries that I want to hit, and I'm probably going to do it in a couple of different trips. But this sparked my interest. I'm curious where his top picks are, and hopefully you guys can let me know in the comments if he is on point or if he's completely lost the plot. Hit the like button and let's dive in.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan Shirley, and I spent the last 3 years exploring the beautiful continent of Europe, and I want to show you my favorite places. So here is my Europe top 10.
Gosh.
Alright, so we're gonna start this video off in the beautiful island of Zakynthos, Greece. I love this place.
That's number 10. That looks beautiful. Oh my gosh. Zakynthos? I know he's going to tell me right now where this is at, but my God.
So much that I've been back twice. Now to get there, you can either fly there direct from most European cities, or you can fly into Athens, Greece, and then take a short plane ride over. Zakynthos is notoriously famous for their shipwrecked beach. The story goes about in the 1980s, a cargo boat from Turkey was carrying illegal cigarettes and contraband, and the Greece Navy chased it into this cove and it ended up crashing, and then the sand over time built up around it, and it's made one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. So if you're in Zakynthos, you obviously need to go to this beach. What you can do is you can either take a little boat from the main town of Zakynthos, or you can go to a little port such as Porto Veromi. This is what I did, and pay about $20 and they'll take you to the beach. The boat ride there is absolutely phenomenal. You're gonna be mind blown when you see these cliffs.
The water looks beautiful. The cliffs are huge. The sand is white. I just need a Corona and I just want to be there.
They're like over 1,000 feet high and they're just white rock, and I've never seen anything like it. So you get there on the beach. When I was there, it was fairly crowded, but it was just so mind blowing. These cliff walls are just incredible. The water is so freaking blue, and then you can also climb up on the ship. Be careful, don't want to get.
I don't think I've ever seen water this blue before.
So freaking blue, and then you.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. I mean, I've been in some pretty clear water, but it usually has like more of a green tint to it down in the Gulf of, what do I say? I don't want to get in trouble. The Gulf, that's next to America and Mexico.
So climb up on the ship, be careful, don't want to get tetanus with all that rust, but it's just a really cool experience. You can also get on top of the cliffs. You can just drive there. There's a little parking lot, and you can hike around the area. Just be super careful. A lot of people fall off these ledges because they're being stupid, like me, taking pictures on the ledge, or just not paying attention when they're doing a selfie. So be careful when you do that. Another awesome thing you can do in Greece is you can rent a boat. So when I went there, my second time, Greece changed their laws, and if you're a U.S. citizen, you couldn't get a car rental unless you had an international driver's license. So we couldn't rent a car, but we were able to rent a boat. So it cost us about $100, and we had it for 3 hours. So me and my buddy George, we'd never driven a boat before. We got this boat, and we went out to this island called Marthonisi, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. The water is so blue, and it's just so vibrant. We found a little beach where we were able to dock the boat, hang out for a bit. After we hung out around the island, we went around the coast. We found this really secluded cove with 1,000-foot walls, and we were able to just fly the drones around there. I sadly crashed my drone there, fell in the water, but we were able to jump around, swim in the water, and have a good time. Make sure you visit Zakinthos if you're going to Greece or Europe. I promise you won't regret it. In my opinion, it's the greatest island in Greece. All right, so now we're going to head over to the mountains of northern Italy, to the Dolomites. Yeah, to get there, you can fly into either Milan or Venice and make the 4.
When I think of Italy, I do not think of this. Jeez. I mean, I'm sure they're probably not 20 or 30,000 feet up in the air, but nonetheless, they're really beautiful. The way that they're shaped and they're all gray, that's so cool.
Now, to get there, you can fly into either Milan or Venice and make the 4-hour drive to the beautiful mountain range. One of my favorite places to go is the mountain called Saseda. Just this jagged rock, and then it has these just beautiful green grass.
No way.
And you can just run around the whole area, explore and have a good time. Another one of my favorite places is Lago di Bre. It's one of the most famous lakes on social media. You can also jump in the lake if you're feeling it. It's just really beautiful. Another place that I definitely recommend.
I've never seen this. I'm not really on social media that often. I don't even link any of them because I don't ever post anything on social media. So yeah, this is really cool though. This is a lake.
You can also jump in the lake if you're feeling it. It's just really beautiful. Another place that I definitely recommend is Tre Cime di Lavaredo. When I went there, I spent about 4 days there because there's so much to do. They have the infamous...
How have I never seen any of these photos before? Like, I had no idea that this was in Italy.
Di Lavaredo rocks. It's one of the most famous rock formations in Europe. There's also a million hikes around the area that are just going to blow your mind. Dolomites are one of my favorite places in the world.
I love hiking.
You have to go there. It is one of the coolest places ever. All right, so after the Dolomites, we're over to Spain to visit one of my favorite islands, the island of Mayorca. What's awesome about Mayorca is it's so big of an island. There's so much to do. One of my favorite places is this place called
It's just stunning.
Jumping and swimming, this is heaven. The water here is so blue and so clear. Like when you think of the Mediterranean, this is it. It is just absolutely mind-blowing.
Oh, that would be fun.
It is a cliff jumpers and swimmers paradise. There's so many places to jump and to swim around. I did one of my most crazy cliff jumps ever off this arch. It was about 60 feet.
I would not do that.
It was absolutely terrifying, but I sent it and I got some awesome footage of it. Obviously,
yeah,
if you cliff jumping, be smart, check the depth of the water, and make sure you know what you're doing. Another really awesome place to visit on the west side of the island to Sakalobra. The road to Sakalobra is one of the windiest and most famous roads in the world. It's been featured in a lot of car commercials. You'll come down and you come down to Sakalobra and it's just this beautiful cove with sailboats. I found a really cool rock and I was able to swim around there. Also got some beautiful drone shots and it's a great place to watch the sunset. So after Mayorca, we're going to head over to the Arctic Circle in northern Norway. So to get here, you can fly.
Here's probably the area that I'm going to be hitting first. So this is where I'm most likely going to be doing my first trip, is like on the northern side of Europe, mainly because I just want to start from the top and work my way down. You know, possibly like UK, Norway, Sweden, maybe down a little bit farther, but yeah, I'll probably be up in this area first.
To airports such as Tromsø or Narvik. So I went here in September. I was able to visit one of the coolest soccer fields.
Look at that soccer field. Holy cow. That is so cool.
It's in the world. It's in a town called...
Football field, not soccer.
Called Henningsvar. And it's this soccer field on an island. And when I went there, I was surprised there was nobody there. Sadly, me and my friend George, we didn't have a soccer ball, so we just ran around, got some really cool drone shots, and had a good time. Another really beautiful place to go is Kavalika Beach. It is one of the prettiest beaches I've ever been. The water is blue like the Caribbean. It is as green as Hawaii.
Really?
And then the surrounding mountains makes you feel like you're in Switzerland. I couldn't believe the colors. The sunset was absolutely astounding. Another really cool place is Rain. It's one of the coolest little towns surrounded by these beautiful sea mountains. It's a little fishing village and they have these beautiful red houses. So make sure you go there. If you go up north, you could head to the beautiful island of Senja to see one of the most unique rock formations in the world. If you go past September, you may get lucky and be able to see the northern lights. When I was there, I spent the night in Senja, and I was able to see the Aurora Borealis. It was one of the most magical experiences of my life. I felt like a kid again. Northern Norway is worth the visit, and I hope you can go there. All right, so after Norway, we're going to head back down south.
Gosh, man. Scoot back from your mic, dude. Hopefully I don't do that to you guys, constantly, like, slapping my mic.
To Austria to visit the beautiful Austrian Alps. You can fly into Vienna or you can fly into Salzburg. Make the drive over. Okay,
really quick before he keeps going, I just want to say personally, from seeing like these videos and these images, his list looks really good. Like he's picking some badass, gorgeous, beautiful places. So I'm sure there are 100,000 more places that I should go visit, but these do look really, really cool.
You can fly into Vienna or you can fly into Salzburg. Make the drive over. One of the pretty locations in Austria is the town of Hallstatt. It's famous for this just beautiful village on this beautiful lake surrounded by these massive mountains. You can also head over to the Grossglockner Pass. It's one of the highest roads in Europe, and you'll be able to see the highest mountain in Austria. It's about 3,900 meters high. Freaking gorgeous.
Jeez.
There's also a beautiful glacier. I think it's called Pastorius Glacier. It's in the Grossglockner National Park, and it's just freaking beautiful. One thing I loved about Austria is they had so many beautiful churches and castles. I don't think I've seen more churches anywhere, and they're just so scenic and so beautiful. So after
Yeah, they are.
Austria, we're going to head back to Greece to visit the magical town of Meteora. Now, to get to Meteora, what I did is I flew into Athens and then...
Whoa. How much money do I got to make to be able to get my house up there? That is insane. That would be so cool.
...car, and I did the 4-hour drive.
Gosh.
What Meteora is famous for is their monasteries.
Whoa. Look at this. This is crazy. It's like built straight into it. That is so dope. Oh my gosh. This thing's probably like $100 million or something like that.
That are built upon these rocks. Like, these monasteries are hundreds of years old.
Oh, they're monasteries.
You wonder how the heck people built them. You can go in, I think it costs like €1 or €2 to go inside of them. Me and my brother, we woke up for sunrise. We got some really cool misty and cloudy conditions, and we were able to get some beautiful shots of the area. It's just a really beautiful place.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend visiting Meteora. All right, so now we're going to head over to Scotland to visit the Isle of Skye. You can fly into Edinburgh, and then you get a car and drive about 5 hours and get to the Isle of Skye. It is one of the greenest places I've ever been. Feels like you're on just a massive golf course because it's just this green grass. One of my favorite places in the Isle of Skye is the Old Manor Store. It's one of the coolest.
I feel like this is a place that they shoot a lot of movies. What is it? What one came out that I remember them saying? Like Marvel movies, like Thor. I feel like they shot that here, and maybe some other ones. I don't know. I remember hearing that.
Rock formations I've ever seen. It, though. It's a short hike. It's honestly just a magical place. When I was there was like crows flying around, and I felt like I was in a fairy tale. You can also visit
the earth is so beautiful,
which is the beautiful little mountains. You can visit Meout Falls, which is this waterfall that falls off into the ocean. If you're a Harry Potter fan, you can also visit the Glenfinnan Viaduct, which is the train that's in the Harry Potter movies. That is just absolutely super cool. So after Scotland...
I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I mean, not like crazy, like I don't like wear Harry Potter stuff, but growing up, I was the exact same age as Harry Potter in the movies as they came out. I read the books before, but like as movies came out, I was just like all into it. And my kids are too. My kids love Harry Potter. So that's really cool that we would actually be able to go there and see that.
We're going to head to one of the most unique places on the planet, to Iceland. So to get to Iceland, you can fly into Reykjavik. Plane tickets are actually not too expensive to fly there, especially if you're flying out of Europe. Me and my brother flew in there in November, and we only had 2 days there. So what we did is we got our rental car and we drove 2 hours south to visit the infamous Zakynthos waterfall. It's one of the most famous waterfalls in Iceland. It's just absolutely breathtaking. And then we headed over to the Regisfjara beach. I like to call it Black Rock Beach because what it is just these beautiful black rocks. They have these rock sea stacks in the ocean, and it really just adds to the epicness of a location. We were able to get some beautiful...
Oh, look at the beach. Holy cow. It's all black.
Footage with the drone, and try not to freeze our butts off. Definitely there's a whole lot more to explore in the country. I need to go back and explore more. Iceland is one of those places that you should definitely see at least once in your life. After Iceland,
just want to say I'm super jealous of this guy. Like, he seems pretty young. He's probably in his early 20s. Being out there, probably, you know, no kids or anything. You can just go wherever, and he's making good money. So I'm like 34. I'm like, I want to go places now. And I'm like, all right, well, it's pretty expensive, and I got to be able to get away from work. So
we're going to head over to one of my favorite countries in the world.
I'll get there.
We're going to head over to Viversaska. It's located in southern Switzerland, near the border of Italy, and it has one of my favorite cliff jumping spots in the world. It's this bridge that's straight out of a fairy tale. It is just like
Lord of the Rings. It looks like Lord of the Rings.
So cool. It's about 30 feet high. I jumped off it a few times, did a few gainers. Super fun. It's some of the clearest river water you'll ever see in your life. Like, it is so
gosh,
clear.
that would be so much fun.
I was able to jump in, and I did some snorkeling. It was just a very rejuvenating experience. After Viversaska, we're going to head up north to the middle of Switzerland to visit the Youngfra region. When you think of Switzerland, this is it. Massive mountains, beautiful Swiss houses, cows eating grass in the mountains. It is just absolutely scenic. Grindelwald is one of the towns in the Youngfra region. It's famous for Mount Eiger. It is one of the biggest mountains I've ever seen. Just absolutely huge. Another beautiful place is Lauterbrunnen. It's a valley of over 75 waterfalls.
Every single one of these cities kind of look very similar, like just in the valley, the cities down there. It's stunning.
It's where J.R.R. Tolkien got inspired for Lord of the Rings. It's seriously like the prettiest place I've ever been. There's also Wengen, which is a city that you can only walk there or take a train to because there's no cars. It has a beautiful view of the Lauterbrunnen Valley. And then there's Youngfra, which is the top of Europe. And it is just absolutely beautiful. While Switzerland is very expensive, I think everyone deserves a chance to see the beautiful Swiss country. Anyways, that is it for my top 10 places in Europe.
Holy cow. Oh my gosh. I'm blown away from that. All right, guys, let me know in the comments. Are these the top 10 places to visit in Europe? I know there's a lot of them, but these looked really, really cool. Appreciate you stopping in, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.